Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another Unplugged live session. I'm Leonel Rodrigues from Desirable Portugal Tours. Like always, we're here to discuss a few interesting subjects regarding touring and tourism in Portugal. I'm just waiting for my fellow colleagues to join me, and we're going to start shortly. And we have Sergio.
Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine, feeling fine, full of energy right now.
Yeah, well, that's great.
For
Uh,
whatever reason, I feel energized after doing a wonderful tour today. But we'll
Awesome.
talk a little bit about
Let
it
me
later.
let me just get Gabriel over here because he should be on the way. But well, yeah, it's good to know. I'm well today. I was taking care of business and a lot of stuff to deal with. But tomorrow I'm gonna also do a customized tour. It's gonna be a few days, totally off beaten path. So we're gonna do some interesting things. And yeah, well, the rest of
Yeah.
the week will be quite busy. And I think we have Gabriel.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
Hello, guys.
Hello. No
Good
technical
evening.
issues this time around.
I'm back.
How are you?
Well, I'm struggling here, in the Algarve. It's quite warm. The water is around 25, 26 in the eastern, 23 in the western. It's tough to live here. It's summer. I just want to go to the
Oh,
beach and enjoy
I
the
feel so
pool.
bad for you.
I
I
don't
Well,
want
feel
to
so
work.
bad.
I'll
I mean,
send
I
you.
don't
I'll
want to
send you.
work.
I'll send you cold water from here if you want. Okay, because
Yeah,
the
well,
West.
yeah, I like cold water. Yeah, I like cold
Yeah,
water.
yeah.
Yeah,
The other
but
weekend, I was touring with 41 Celsius. I arrived near Edith. It was 19 Celsius in the air. So, don't imagine the water, right? But well, it's what it is.
Yeah, you
well,
guys, you guys sound like amateurs next to the Douro Valley, where we sometimes have over there 45 Celsius.
Yeah, exactly. Well, speaking of
for,
which, you were telling us about a great tour. So you want to pick on that?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Well, good evening, everyone. As I said, you guys might have noticed that I'm feeling a little bit too energetic today, not because I had an easy day and I got a good night's sleep. With a 1.5-ish-year-old son, you definitely are not going to get a lot of sleep. But yeah, actually we had a fantastic day today with a family of four from a country that I don't host that frequently, which is from Kenya, and
Oh,
it was
awesome.
amazing because we and this is what traveling is all about. And it's as much for the customers as it is for ourselves as well. We have this cultural interchange. We talk, we exchange experiences, we exchange impressions, and this is what traveling is all about, in my opinion. It's about having these conversations, getting to contact with people, something that we have always been advocating over here
Mhm.
on travel on Portugal Unplugged. And I mean, I couldn't be happier with the tour that I had today. We did basically what I typically would call a more standard tour. They only had one day over here to explore the Douro Valley, so
Mhm.
we tried to do as much as possible on a single day without feeling too rushed. And everyone had a great experience, obviously, because we were with underage teenagers. They were not allowed to drink, but even they had a great time. They were in their in that moment in that stage in life where they are basically half of the day they're on their phones, the other half they're basically sleeping or eating. But even they had a wonderful time and they took lots of pictures. I don't know if they're going to post it on their Facebook, their Instagram, whatever. But the whole family got to connect. They got to enjoy a wonderful day together. And this is what traveling is all about. Is about creating these wonderful memories and these very unique experiences. So they had a great time and they were happy. I'm happy. I'm feeling super pumped about it. And yeah, I'm very excited, very emotional
Awesome.
even
That's great.
about the tour that I just had. And I didn't do anything extraordinary, but these are the kind of people that make amazing days. So these are
Hmm.
some of the memorable tours that we had, and for sure that we also had some memorable tours. You guys also had some memorable tours in the past, and I heard that you, Lionel, had one of those very recently, and it was
Oh, yeah.
something out of the ordinary, where you did something super simple. I think that we discussed earlier. It was something like
Yeah.
a relocation tour,
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah. Well,
well, I'd love to hear more about it, to be honest.
well, that one it's curious and well, sometimes life sends us great people, you know. And from one of my guests from nearly 2 years ago, I got someone recommended, one person, just one person. Okay, and she's scouting Portugal. She wants to retire for well, whichever reasons. It's not important, but she wants to retire in Portugal, or well, it's one of the top countries for that, and looking for something very specific, someone with a life story, a great life story, with well, a lot of challenges, a lot of changes, a lot of well, days that a lot of people might think that would be really tough, but in fact it's the kind of people that end up getting to us, and we feel a great connection, and it becomes very, very inspiring, you know. So it was a one-on-one tour the whole day. We went to Coimbra, a lovely city, and we just had a great time there, and we ended up exploring Coimbra in a different way, way beyond just the well, the tourism or the main sites. We ended up really well, looking for housing, checking prices, checking different neighborhoods, that kind of stuff that normally it's done on the relocation tour. But it was so rewarding to feel that well, I was able in what is normally well, a quite simple tour. I was able to provide a kind of a life-changing experience to someone, you know. So the gratitude that that was shown, and that I felt at the end of the day, and pretty much well, the connection we had, it was very inspiring because we spoke about all the possible different subjects, and of course, each life from each person has its own issues and its own episodes, and it was really great. So it's really rewarding when people connect with us, and we really get to make the difference on those persons well, lives, and on the those persons journey. Okay, so being a tour guide, it's more than the just well, playing a tape or doing the same tour day after day after day, kind of entertaining people. um this is way beyond that. Okay, it's really to make the difference and to show people what we have, what we who we are, what we do, how we live, and for people to really understand what our beautiful country is. That's why I always like to run well, different tours here and there, go a bit off beaten path, adjust what's needed, be very creative with the itineraries. And in fact, tomorrow I'm going to start something that I designed for 3 days that is totally off the chart, different tour. And this is really what makes a difference. So the cookie cutter tours, or the same old same experience, kind of, okay, I pick you at this time, we'll go here, we'll go there, we see this, we see that, and then at the end of the day, it's the same old same. That's not for me, and I truly believe that's not for well, any one of us, because we really feel connected that way. But yeah, it was really rewarding this week, you know. And even we had several we had several challenges this week. Just before that tour, I had another one that was quite rewarding as well. I ended up hiking, or well, walking to some of our very old megalithic monuments. The road's closed. The local town hall doesn't want to fix the road. They want to keep people out of there, and it's curious. Okay, it's an attraction. It's almost, well, it's like our Stonehenge, but the local authorities, they want to avoid people to go there because that has been sitting there for thousands and thousands of years. And of course, well, recently there were some ruinous approaches to that. So I truly understand when the town hall, well, doesn't want to fix the road and even has barriers on the road. And it might happen that pretty soon the 4 kilometers to the place might be done all on foot. But it was very hot that day, so we had a heat wave last week, and even it went through this week. Oh well, through the last days of last week, and it's coming through this week still. Okay, tomorrow I'm going to Alentejo, and it's not going to be so cold. But it was quite a challenge because walking all that, was tricky. And then you think that a lot of people, if they were asked to do that, they would say immediately no because we can't go there by car, and they would create all sorts of obstacles or barriers or whatever, trying to deter people to go there. So we need to assess what is people's expectation, what people really want, but also we need to be very honest to tell them, okay, this is the situation, this is what's going on, and I'm going to try my best, but be ready for this. So I immediately warned my guests that we would need to walk at least a 1 mile each way, and I would drive as close as possible. So my poor van doing off-roading over there, but it's what it is. But we ended up getting pretty close, and we walked the rest. But I truly believe that a lot of people would not do that because, they just would not, uh, go that extra mile to make it happen. Okay, so making the difference, it's what really stands out on this business, and I've been very very happy for providing such kind of experiences recently. So the last week was very rewarding, and tomorrow it's gonna start again with great stuff. But yeah, it's been a great week, and um, this pretty much sums up that every day it's a different day, and we really need to enjoy the journey at the end of the day. So it's pretty much this. But I would like to hear about Gabriel as well. You've been doing a few things. Last week you went to party, but we already know that you like to party. So tell us a little bit more. How has it been doing over there? How have you been surviving to the heat wave?
I mean, well, I struggle a lot, to be honest,
Uh,
because, we decided to go to, every year we always take a week off and we like to go to Tavira,
mhm.
Eastern Algarve, and we've been
Great
staying in
area.
Cabanas de Tavira,
Yeah.
Conceição de Tavira, and yes, it was really, really warm there. Phew, it was really tough for me, especially for me, because I'm that kind of person that struggle with warm. I can handle, I drink lots of water, but I don't feel pleasure. My wife, my sister-in-law, they were so happy. Oh, so nice, so warm, and then so warm. No, it's 38, 100. So it's too warm. It's not warm. It's too warm.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's not the kind of weather I like, to be honest. Not to work and not to enjoy the beach. But of course, then it was in the Algarve by the beach. It was not that bad because it was just Saturday, Sunday. It was really warm, and then Monday a bit less, and then I went to the beach with a nice breeze. The water warming up a lot at some point there, for sure, around 26, 27 degrees. So the water, it's been great. The water of the pool, it was too warm, Jesus Christ, like soup. I was telling people, what the heck? I remember going to take a cold showers, but the shower, it was also warm. I was
Oh yeah.
about to die. I was feeling like a sardine, quite ready to be hit. But yeah, it was a great week. Of course, I live in the Algarve, and I also like to enjoy the good life. I've been working a lot throughout the year. I mean, when I say a lot, I'm always busy, but I'm not pushing as hard as I used to push maybe 2, 3 years ago. Also because I'm in a good place and I like to enjoy the good life. I like to provide tours with happiness. If I'm not happy
that,
because I get too
that's why you have the
tired.
Great Life Tours, right?
Exactly. I call it great life tours. I mean, if I'm not okay, if I'm not happy, how can I provide a great
Oh, I
life
Of
tour,
I
right?
course.
say
So
that so many times. I say that so
yes,
many times.
yeah, it's about enjoying, but then of course after the pandemic, I had to push much harder than I was expected, and then I start struggling a bit. I lost a bit of my shape. I start feeling a bit tired, but anyway, but I've been enjoying my job a lot. But it's funny because so today is Monday, right? So I arrive on Friday. So I run 2 tours, and it's funny because you, Sergio, you had such a wonderful experience today. You too, Lionel, a few days ago. But it's funny because my last tour, it was actually awesome. I mean, this kind of a tour that doesn't happen quite often, because I went to a very nice boutique hotel here, Villa Origins, one of the best here in Albufeira, and I was expected for 2 people because they booked me through Viator, TripAdvisor, and yeah, I was expected for 2 people. And then when I arrived there, I just saw a lady, very white, with a very white skin, with this kind of a hat and some big high heels. No, not high heels, but some kind of a strange shoes. And then I just with a beautiful smile. And then I just asked, "So are you Eleni?" Yeah, I'm Eleni. So it's just you? Yeah, I just booked myself. I'm a solo travel. And then it was funny, very fun, because we had almost automatically an engagement. She was smiling, and but she knows me. I mean, she knows me. Otherwise, she wouldn't smile like this. I'm a guide, and she was just with me. Of course, I've been guiding solo travelers. I remember another beautiful lady 3 months ago, by the end of March, and we went to Huevra, and around here it was amazing. And these kind of tours, they are always amazing because they are different. Guiding a solo traveler, it's really more demanding because I have to pay way more attention. When we have a couple or 2 or 3 people, sometimes they talk between them, they go to shop, it's like they gave us some room. But when I'm guiding just a solo person, I know I need to be present all time. And then of course I start taking photos here and there. But it was amazing because I didn't expect this. And then of course I shared my background like I always do. I'm from the Algarve, my background sales, my passion for people, this and that. And then at some point, usually just out of curiosity, I like to know what people they do. I mean, what they do for a living, or at least where they come from, whereabouts. And she's from Brooklyn. She works in New York, and she runs a company. I think it's a very fancy company. I think something related with, fashion for sure, because she was very fashion. By the way, I forgot to tell you, but when I saw the lady, I thought, what? We are going to Silvish, and you remember, Sergio, Silvish, the cobblestones. I mean, what? And then I said, I sent you a message through Viator, through WhatsApp. Do you remember I told you maybe some sneakers or some, oh, no worries, I can walk, no worries. I've been into Porto, I've been into Lisbon, Alfama. Okay, I'm fine. Now, if you were able to walk in Alfama and Bairro Alto and in Porto, Silvish, it's going to be just peanuts,
A piece
okay?
of cake.
Yeah, and then by the end of, she walked like hell. I mean, she walked a lot, and it was so funny. But with this kind of a how can I say this, the dress code, that I thought she looks like a. I even asked her, but are you an actress or a model or something? No. But she was really funny. And then something that made me very happy. I've been guiding people just like you from all over the world. All countries, different backgrounds. But it was the first time that I guided someone from Azerbaijan. And she moved to live in New York with her grandmama. She shared a bit about her story. She's been doing great, and she likes to travel a lot. She's a bit independent. She's been into Portugal quite a few times with some friends. And this time she decided she took a direct flight from Newark, New Jersey to Faro. And she just came to spend the whole week here. And yeah, it was really, really amazing to spend the day with this person, because then we start talking, and actually we engage a lot. And we have totally different backgrounds, totally different walks of life. But we were able to talk. And it's funny because then after we visited Silvers, the castle, she fell in love for the storks. We stopped to take some photos with the storks and with her. I took lots of photos. She was walking she was like modeling, and I was like a professional photographer. So it was really, really fun. And then when we went to Monchique, she was like amazed, Yeah, the mountain here, it looks like the mountains around New York and whatever. she likes very much nature. I mean, in July, when someone comes to stay in Albufeira to visit the Algarve, I'm expecting more from people to see the Benagil Cave or Ponta da Piedade, these spots. But it was funny because she's really a nature lover too and a history lover. And just like you said, guys, this is the kind of tour I like to. I like to show what is real. I mean, real. Everything is real. But when people they want to know, about our history, our kings, and the culture, and how people they eat here or what they don't like, and whatever. It was really, really amazing. And then we have a wonderful lunch in Monchique by Luar da Foia with a beautiful view overlooking Portimão, Alvor, Lagos, and she tried for the first time ever black pork cheeks. And yeah, she loved the cheeks, but it was too much food, so I ended up bringing the leftovers. And yeah, and then we had here a dinner at home, so it was amazing. And then I found out, but you just ate just a bit. And then she said, Gabriel, I'm more that kind of person. I like to go to these kind of restaurants, local restaurants. This is absolutely great. The food, everything is great. But I like to visit also these Michelin restaurants. Yesterday, I went to Epic Sun Albufeira. I think the restaurant is Alquimia. It was wonderful, and I like to try this small food. It took 4 hours, and then wow, yeah, 4 hours. Okay, it's a gastronomy experience. And then she asked me for other options. And I have to be honest, I'm not that kind of guy that I go quite often to Michelin restaurants because I need a bit more food. I'm just kidding, but it's also a bit expensive, of course.
Well,
but then I just
the only Michelin sign that I have is a big flat tire here, okay, that I carry all over.
but I understand the experience because when I was in sales, I went to some Michelin restaurant, and actually it's a nice experience. It's not just putting food on the belly; it's the whole experience, the service, the wines. It's really amazing. And then I just told her, yeah, there's a very good one with 2 stars, Villa Joia, also close, also in Albufeira, but by Galé Beach. And there's another one in Porches. The name is Ocean. I think it's by very close to Villa Vita. And I think she went there, and then she was quite happy. So this is the kind of experience that I didn't expect, and it was just one person. It could be something like distance. Some people, they just want to see sights, but no, we had really this connection. I learned about, of course, I know some geography about Azerbaijan too, because I'm a geography lover. And then I said, I know the capital is Baku. I know it's a city that is been developing a lot. But then she gave me some insights that I don't know about it because, locals, they always know different things. I only know what it comes out, but she's from there, so she knows better. And this kind of interaction, that's what makes us feeling happy because she learned about Portugal, I learned about Azerbaijan, I even learned about, Brooklyn. I mean, it's really these kind of connections that make us happy. Guys, I don't know, we have here some questions, so maybe, let me see. Maybe I'm going to throw the ball to Sergio again, and maybe we can answer here some.
Sergio might discuss some wines because Thomas has gone
exactly.
shopping. So.
Quinta do Ventuzelo, I mean, Thomas. Sorry, Thomas. I would be love to talk about the neons and the street, but not so much about wines. Okay.
Thomas needs to come back and see. I teased him last time that he was here last year, so I teased him with Advanced Portugal, and so this is what we're gonna need to do next time that he.
Yeah.
He comes
well,
around.
I own him a tour. He went to the Algarve and he went with Pedro Abrantes, a great tour, my pal. But next time, for sure, I'm going to take Thomas to visit some spots that he never heard about it.
No, but what I wanted to say right now is, I was the first one to speak today, but after hearing you guys speak, the only thing that comes to mind is that it's impressive because we are tour guides and part of our job, but it's also something that we like to do, is to make other people happy. But when we have these types of guests, like the ones that we just described, that all of us had recently, it also can make our days. It also makes us happy to be able to make other people happy. And this is what we're aiming for over here. So yeah, today we're we're getting away from that darker tone that we had last week, and we want to speak a little bit more joyfully about things that make us happy. And our job, what makes us happy, is making other people happy, and that's it. It couldn't be any more simple than this. Yeah, if people that we host on our tours and we show and we share a little slice of Portugal with them, well, if they enjoy it, we're happy. That's it. And um, a lot of people they think, well, that tour guide made a difference in my experience or in my enjoyment of the country, etc. And I've mentioned this story quite a few times already. I've been on a honeymoon to the Dominican Republic. We were fortunate enough to book two tours, and we were fortunate enough to have both guide on the same tours, the same guide on both tours, I should say. And he really made the difference. And when you hear about the Dominican name of the guy, well, it doesn't mean a whole lot. But whenever I remember his name, it's been 13 years. I only saw him twice. His name is Quirico Reyes, and I still remember him. I still remember the two
Eh?
days that we had with him. So yeah, I hope that we were also able to make him somewhat happy
Oh,
by being with him. And a lot of
mhm.
the times it happens with us. We do have people that come and do regular tours, and they're not impolite there or anything like that. But there are people who are a little bit more memorable than others.
Yeah.
Fortunately for me, I can count on the fingers of one hand the number of people that I've hosted that are memorable for the wrong reasons. And I do have some people that are very memorable for all of the right reasons. And I love that. And knowing that I
Yeah.
still keep touch with some of those persons, even today I exchange messages with my very first customer. He is living half of the time over here in Portugal, half of the time in the US. Even today, I exchanged a couple of messages with him. And there's other people out there. Thomas is a very good example. He shows up very regularly over here, and he likes to
Mhm.
say hi and tease me a little bit. By the way, Thomas, no, the bottle is still here. It's still waiting. Okay. And I don't think that you can have it. You need to come back and do a tour, and maybe we'll have a taste of whatever this is over here behind me. But yeah, there's a lot of people who make our days and who make this job
Yeah.
definitely worthwhile. And whenever
Mhm.
we have days like today, it may be the longest day that we ever had, but whenever we get home and we have this sense of accomplishment, we feel like we could just go on the streak the entire week doing
Yeah.
things like this. So yeah, we
Definitely.
it's a good place to be in, and it gives us some extra motivation. And we're always hoping that, okay, so how am I going to make it even better for the next person that comes, or for this same person if he ever comes back again? So, yeah, amazing experiences to be had, to be shared, and to be enjoyed not just by the people who are traveling to Portugal, but also for us tour guides. Um, I often say this: being a tour guide is a way for me to travel without ever leaving the country, because I get
Exactly.
to have this cultural connection and this cultural interchange with people from other countries that, well, to otherwise the only alternative that I would have to have this cultural interchange would be to actually travel to the country. I don't know when I'm going to be able to do it, if ever. And to some countries, I
Right?
don't know if I'm ever going to be able to do it. But
Never.
at least I had the opportunity had to have this contact with some people who come from some of the most diverse countries. Today it was from Kenya. A couple of months ago it was probably from Hong Kong. I've had people from Singapore as well. I had people from Japan. People from I love people from the US, from Australia. I love people from all over the world, and people who travel. They're usually very called, very well educated, with very good manners, and it's a delight to have those persons. It's very difficult to single out which one was my absolute favorite, because I feel lucky and blessed enough that I don't. I host wonderful people all of the time on a daily basis. And sometimes I've even had tour guides from other companies and tour guides at the places that I go to telling me that they're actually very jealous of the type of customer that I bring to them or the type of people that I host because they're all very interesting persons, all very polite. And that's what we like, people who want to learn a little bit more
Yeah.
about Portugal and people who respect the history and the traditions of Portugal. That's it.
Mhm.
That's all I have to say.
Well, yeah,
And
it
you
makes
said a lot, and you said a lot.
yeah, it makes a total difference, you know. That's why, and my background went from a lot of things, from big events, from group tours, from high-end private tours, from all that kind of stuff. Um, we really need to choose who we want to be and where we want to be on our jobs and on our mission over here. Okay, because we end up all having some sort of mission over here, but at the end of the day, we need to feel that well accomplishment, okay, of having provided something special, something unique to someone that trusted our work. And a lot of people compare things just by based on on the prices or whatever, and they cannot understand sometimes what makes a difference. And what makes a difference can be as simple as the person, of course, and how much the person commits into providing a good job. Okay, and this is something we've been talking about. Guides that invest on learning more, on researching more, on providing a more comfortable ride, on complying with all the regulations, with all the rules, fulfilling all the requirements. Okay, to provide a better experience. Otherwise, being just like I wrote on the post yesterday, same price, and people think that it's the same thing. No, it's not. Okay, and this is where the person itself makes a difference. The background of that person makes a difference, but also the commitment of that person makes a difference because you see sometimes people guiding tours that you feel okay, they are here but they are having a hard one of the hardest days of their lives because they are really not enjoying what they're doing. So why are they here? Okay, and
Mhm.
we enjoy what we do. Otherwise, what would be the point to work 13,
Yeah.
14, 15 hours a day after day? And I speak by myself because the computer it's switched off always late, and the day start early. But I feel that I'm helping someone to have a great day. I'm working to provide great days to other people, and I really want those people to go back home and to remember their time in Portugal, with me or not, but of course, preferably with me. But I really want people to go back home and they say we had a great time in Portugal. That's why I've been writing articles, doing videos, doing a lot of stuff for people to be aware of what's going on. But really, it's because I really like being here and I really like to see people flying back home very happy with the time they had. So they will tell their friends to come over, and that's where we make the difference.
Yeah, that's
But
the biggest
once
compliment
again,
that people could do
yeah,
to
yeah,
us
please,
is the biggest compliment. I always tell people the biggest compliment that you could do to me is if you tell about me to your friends, to your family, and if
recommendations.
you ever
Yeah,
come back.
Mm.
That's it.
yeah,
Be it in
yeah.
person, be it digitally. And this is going
I'm
towards another
well.
thing, which is basically the reviews that people post online. People have no idea of the value that a good review brings to us.
Oh yes, yes,
Takes a little bit of time,
and
a little bit of effort, something like 15,
but
20
but
minutes
it's
to
it's
write
it's the
something
best
different.
it's the best
It's the best
reward we
compliment.
can
Yeah.
get. It's the best compliment we can get. Yeah, for sure. So and sometimes I know that people feel okay, it's done, it's over, so I will never see that person again. But if we made the difference on that guest's day, the best way to compliment, the best way to thank, it's really by providing a review because that will help others to know about us, and also
Mm.
it helps us to make the difference because people really learn from people who experience, okay,
Mhm.
Hmm.
the real deal, how it is and how it and what it was. And just to picking up on what we were saying about the best compliments we have. Well, today I just got an invitation for dinner in a few months from people that I hosted on the tour a few years ago, and they are back, okay, and we'll go for dinner. So. Uh, it's more than just like a professional relationship.
Yeah.
We end up creating friendship and connections. So this is the best thing we can get. Okay, and when you start building your friendship network around the world, you know that well, if anytime, any day you decide to go somewhere else, you have someone to rely on, and that person will be very, very helpful and very welcoming, like we were over here. So um, this is something I've learned when I was doing training courses and giving classes for people learning specific softwares and such. It's all about action reaction. Okay, the way you act, the other person will react. So if you're nice to people, people will be nice to you, and this works. This works well in both ways. So we really want people to have a nice time, and we really put a lot of effort and invest a lot of time, and not just time. Okay, there's really some big personal investments, financial investments to provide a great experience. So it's really something that we want its people to have a nice, enjoyable, safe, comfortable, and really memorable experience in here. And I work hard that way, and you do the same, both of you. So and once again, we've been chatting. Time just flies by.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have any final thoughts, Gabriel.
No, I mean, our chat, it was so great, and we've been talking about so many things. And of course, sometimes we have to talk about things that are not so popular. It doesn't mean we are grumpy or all the time or so, but
No,
we are people with feelings.
let me just say something. It doesn't mean that we are grumpy. It means we are real. Okay,
Yep.
and
Exactly,
that makes a
exactly.
difference. Okay.
Exactly, and this is what attracts people. I mean, maybe not the big masses, but we attract the right niche. So many times people they tell me, Gabriel, I like what you write, I like what you say, and I know many times I don't say things that are popular because I'm not trying to sugarcoat things. I understand that I live in a place which is not perfect, so when people they write something like, "Oh, this is perfect, that guy is perfect, that place is perfect," these are bold statements. For me, they don't have
Hmm.
the value. The value for
Hmm.
me is something else. And sometimes we have to address also these problems because we deal with problems too. In the tourism industry, it's not everything that glitters is gold. And I think we are very honest, and once in a while we have to go a bit like more to the dark side. I mean, we have to touch some issues, some matters. But I understand that people they know why we talk about this. It's because they understand that we care about our country. And now I'm gonna ask you something. If I don't care about my country, how can I care about my guests? How can I
Exactly.
care about my the visitors, right? So if people they are always talking about paradises and perfection and whatever, maybe they are not so real, right? Okay,
There
guys.
are
Well, it
there,
was
there
really
are no
nice to
fairy
talk.
tales. There are
Yeah,
no
no,
fairy
no, no,
tales.
no,
Yeah.
exactly. But yeah, well, as for from my hand, I just wanna,
Well,
I just
another
wanna
great chat,
say,
guys.
Yep.
have a great week ahead, and well, we'll be back here on Monday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, wrap it up, Sergio.
No, that's pretty much it. I just want to wish a good week to everyone. Hopefully, you guys have at least the double of the enjoyment over the course of the week that I had during the tour today. And I think that you guys all saw how pumped and excited I was about it. So,
Yeah,
the only thing that I can wish you, well, hopefully things are going to be twice as good for you for the rest of the week as they were nice for me today.
Yeah.
Sergio,
So
you always can recommend them to us, okay?
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. They're actually
Well,
going. They're actually going down to Lisbon in 2 days, and they're also going down
Yeah,
to the Algarve in 6 days or so.
well, I'm
uh,
busy. I'm
uh,
busy for the
yeah.
whole week, but the next week I have a few days open, and yes, I have a lot of stuff to deal with. These are going to be some game-changing days, but we'll get to that when we'll get to that. But yeah, just happy days, happy life, happy guests, and let's just make the difference on a few more people's lives and really create these memorable experiences. So
Yeah.
thank you once again, guys, for a great chat. Thank you everybody who watched and who commented here. And we'll be back next week. So thank you very much. Thank you for watching.
See you next week.
Bye bye, guys. Bye bye, everyone.
Bye bye.